Ang Lee's Hulk.
What a load of old shit!
How the hell did he get it so wrong? It's boring to the point of depressing, the effects look dated even for 2003, and the editing is baffling. Almost everything makes this Hulk a complete write-off. Everything, except Jennifer Connelly. Cause, I mean... Damn! But we're not here to talk about that, we're here for the game that came with it. And that's Hulk on PS2. Another game I played a lot when I was a kid. And another one I really wanted to replay on my channel. And so, how do I feel after replaying it? Let's talk about it, so don't make me angry. It's game time. Hulk is a superhero beat-em-up, where you take control of Bruce Banner and his alter ego, the Incredible Hulk. After trying to cure himself, the Hulk's gamma energy ends up in the wrong hands. So now you have to take on the military and gamma mutants to stop your arch nemesis, the leader, from using the Hulk's essence to rule the world. Or whatever. First up, gameplay. As the Hulk, you'll be smashing your way through a shitload of military personnel and the leader's minions, using your punch combo, which can be charged for a stronger punch and a sonic clap that can stun enemies, or charged to send a bunch of them flying. There is a jump punch and a stomp, and that can be charged too. And I love how the soldiers react before impact.
Oh, I've wasted my life.
What I like about the combat is that you can combo with both attacks. Yeah, the game doesn't tell you how to do them, but to me that's not a big issue. It's quite fun to experiment. For example, you can turn your basic 3-hit combo into a 5-hit combo by leaving a pause after the second strike, then continuing. I even found combos I didn't know I could do when I last played the game years ago. So you have to play around with it, and there's plenty of enemies to do that with. And you can also use the environment as a weapon. Any loose objects lying around, like rubble, crates or cars, can be used to smash your foes, or you could throw it at them. And there are also club-like weapons. Things like pipes and helicopter tails can be used to turn your enemies into baseballs. Batter up! You can even grab smaller enemies, smack them around a bit and throw them, or slam their head into the concrete.
Scheisse!
With bigger enemies like mutants and robots, you can slam them to the ground, doing damage to other baddies in your way, and a Lex Luger torture rack and backbreaker. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit of alright actually. There's plenty of ways to Hulk smash your enemies to a pulp, and there's a nice bit of impact on each strike, knocking your enemies back. And even more so in rage mode. You build up your rage meter by taking damage or picking up orange orbs. And when filled, you automatically go into rage mode, where all your attacks become stronger and can really turn the tide in a fight. And the bullets just bouncing off the Hulk like nothing is a nice touch, making you feel like an almost unstoppable beast. There are some variety of enemies in this game. You get your basic grunts in the form of soldiers, but they can become a real nuisance when equipped with rocket launchers and shields that block attacks. Then the next step up is the mutant dogs that can pounce on you with no way to stop it. You can't throw them, but you can grab them and give them a kick. And then you have the military robots and the leader's minions, which can be a challenge when there are a few of them, especially when the mutants are equipped with guns. You also have helicopters and tanks to fight too, so yeah, some variety, but not a lot. What changes is the number that come at you, which a lot of the time feels infinite. Seriously, I spend a bit of time in one area handing out beatdowns, and the game just keeps sending more to me. And this happens a lot, no matter where I am. So after a while, I just did a bit of fighting and then just kept going. Unless you really like the Hulk's combat, then go for it. But in all seriousness, as the Hulk, there's a nice bit of fun to be had here, in my opinion. But it's not just the Hulk you'll be controlling. You'll also be playing as Bruce Banner at some points for some stealth gameplay. You have to avoid being caught by sentries and sneak past spotlights and access computer terminals to unscramble some letters to progress. This feels very different to playing as the Hulk.
Yeah, no shit.
And that's a very good thing. You feel very vulnerable and under-equipped to handle any confrontation. Of course, you can try your luck, as the game does allow you to fight back and take down enemies from behind. But at the end of the day, these guys are highly trained guards, and you're just Bruce Banner, not the Hulk. So you could be taken down very easily. So it's best to avoid conflict. And I really like these levels, because they can provide a good challenge, and there are some tight and intense moments that can leave you on edge. Even when disguised as a soldier, you can still be caught if you get too close. And these levels don't outstay their welcome either. They're placed in the right spots to break up the gameplay and change things up. The Bruce Banner stealth levels are a definite highlight of Hulk. Now, how does the game look? For the game's graphics, they went with the cel-shaded look, and I think it best matches the comic book style, especially in the cutscenes. all the watercolors and shadows on these character models make it look like they came straight from a Marvel comic, and not from the movie that makes you want to hate yourself. In the cutscenes, the Hulk's transformations look really good. Not just turning green, but how the muscles grow. It is very smooth and very powerful. And in play, they use an aura when charging up your attack, and Rage Mode gives you a sense of the Hulk's power. Great stuff. But when it comes to the environments in play, it's okay. It starts well in the earlier sections of the game. You'll be jumping across the rooftops of San Francisco, and it looks even better in the light of the sunset. But after that, it all starts to look a bit samey. Same looking underground tunnels, corridors, even the military base and Alcatraz look similar. Don't get me wrong, they don't look bad, and the destructibility of the environments is a very nice touch. But except for a change in colour scheme, there is not much there to make them stand out from each other. Except for the underground military base, I think the developers did a good job recreating it from the film. And thankfully it's the only thing, because I don't really feel like playing as something that looks like it should have been on a tin of sweet corn.
Ho ho ho.
Green Giant.
And now, let's move on to the story. The game takes place after the events of the film. It's okay now, you can breathe easily. But in saying that, they did bring in Eric Bana to reprise his role as Bruce Banner. In the film, it was a big miscast. He was so fucking boring to watch. And in the game, well, we'll find out in a bit. The game opens with Bruce stopping at a petrol station, or gas station to you Yanks, where Bruce gets spooked by a vision.
You didn't flush.
This turns him into the Hulk, and the military shows up, and you have to fight them off. It was all a dream. He gets a call from his old friend, Professor Crawford. He tells Bruce he made a cure for him, but his lab is being raided by the military, and now he has to get to the cure before they do. And this is where you hear Banner speak for the first time, voiced by Eric Bana. Is he any better here than he is in the film?
My career. Betty. My entire life. Infected by this disease.
He sounds even worse. How the hell does that happen? Is he reverse trying? And what the f is reverse trying?
I don't know!
Anyway, you have to make your way through the lab and avoid being detected by the soldiers led by General John Riker.
We now control this building. I want every piece of equipment on a truck in 15 minutes.
I'm not missing Bake Off for any of you. Let's go! You get to the cure, which is a gamma orb that absorbs gamma energy. Banner straps in and starts the process. The fuck did you just say? The dude's about to use the orb on himself, and your best reaction is to lean forward and make a sound that resembles a velociraptor sitting on a kiwi. But it does work though.
Really?
No!
Crawford opens the orb, absorbing its content and becoming Ravage. He takes the orb, and now as Hulk, you have to go after him through the city, the sewers, and train yard.
Fuck off!
Eventually, you are cut off by Half-Life.
Expecting someone else. He took the orb to Alcatraz, but that's not where you're going.
I'm going to Disney World, aren't I? Great. Nothing like waiting in a queue for 2 hours and watching a 30-year-old woman crying over Winnie the f***ing Pooh. Now, you have to take on Half-Life, but you can't hit him directly. as he can absorb your strikes, so you have to use whatever you can find in the area as a weapon to damage him. This is a good first boss. You have to think outside the box for this one. After you beat him, you head to Alcatraz and have to sneak in as Banner, because if the Hulk is sighted, they will kill the hostage they have. You turn off the alarm system, and then you find out the hostage is Bruce's old flame, Betty Ross, which makes Banner unleash the Hulk. It's Jennifer Connelly, so it's understandable. So you fight your way through Alcatraz to find Betty trapped in an irradiation chamber, and standing in our way is Madman, so you beat the out of him for touching Jennifer Connelly.
Thank you. Madman would have... I've been exposed. I need to get to the military Gamma base quickly. I'm infected with your energy. Now fix this!
You all saw that, right? She fainted on me. So you head to the military base to drop her off.
That was surprisingly easy. The force field was meant to keep you out. But a wise soldier seizes any opportunity.
Stop it!
Betty breaks you out and tells you that the leader has the orb, and now you need to destroy it so he can't make an army of Hulks to rule the world. Or whatever. And now, disguised as a soldier, you have to create an antidote for the drugs you've been given. Eventually, the drugs start taking effect, making the screen go all blurry, and Eric Banner sounds even more bored. Seriously, I think he's falling asleep.
The drugs they gave me are effective. I'm feeling weak and disoriented. Like I've gone 10 rounds. I need to find an antidote if I hope to escape the base.
Eric, wake up. Wake up, you Aussie twat! You collect the drugs and mix them together by doing the terminal puzzles, and hopefully you have a cure. Now cured, you're back as the Hulk, and have to destroy the shield generator to escape, which means you have to confront Flux, a gamma mutant on the side of the military. You have to throw him into the generator multiple times to win, whilst avoiding his grenades. With the shield finally down, you escape and head back to Alcatraz, where you fight the leader's minions to get to the underground lab. You do this as Hulk and Banner, with one moment having you run past a pack of mutant dogs. Oh, you're getting off here? What a coincidence. Me too.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now it's time to confront Ravage.
So, the big menace catches up. Before you get all worked up, my angry adversary, I deceived Banner, not you. So have a seat.
There's no chairs, you pillock! Ravage is a tough boss to take on, but you can make rocks fall from the ceiling, so from a distance I chucked the rocks at him, till he went down, and now you can use the teleporter to get to where the leader is. Now as Banner, you try to outsmart the leader.
I need to use my mind, not my emotions, to overcome the leader. I can do this.
5 minutes later.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
You fight both Madman and Half-Life, but halfway through, Madman f***s off, leaving me to finish off Half-Life. And now with nothing else standing in my way, it's time to face the leader.
Looking for this? Here, take it. I detest violence.
The Hulk has been sucked... No, wait. The Hulk's power has been sucked out of Banner, but instead of being happy and going back to Jennifer Connelly, he decides he wants the power back.
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
So you have to avoid the leader's attacks and drop the shield defending the orb. Once you get your powers back, you can now fight the leader. Now, this is where I died the most in the game. Getting a strategy down is a bit trickier here. In the end, I went with the jump attacks and throwing objects whenever I can, while avoiding his energy attacks that can make a big wallop. But I did manage to beat him, and now you have to escape before the cave collapses, but not before you face one final boss.
Pack it in, you silly bastard!
You do Madman in one last time and escape just in time. Crawford is left with nothing, Riker experiments on Flux, and Banner ends up like he always does. Alone. Oh, f*** off, he turned down Jennifer Connelly. So, what do I think of the story? I think Hulk is serviceable. It tries to tell its own story by making it a sequel to the film, but it's your standard superhero affair. The bad guy wants world domination, I think, and the hero has to stop him. But I did like the idea of Banner wanting his life back and getting rid of the Hulk, but then realising that while he may not want that power, others will, and for the wrong reasons. And the only person that should deal with the Hulk is him. That's what I think anyway. And all the boss fights were fun, taking on other Gamma mutants with their own strengths and weaknesses. But I would have liked to have seen more of the leader. He's the Hulk's arch nemesis and is relegated to the tail end of the game, and it's a real shame. Eric Banner is so dull. He could suck the life out of a stone. He gave us nothing in the film, and somehow he gives us less in the game. How the f*** do you do that? But all in all, the story is not that bad, and there's enough there to get you through to the end. And it should take you around 4 hours to finish, so there's a weekend there for you if you fancy it. As for unlockables, which you can gain by accessing certain terminals in the game, you can get videos on making the film and how they made the game.
People will walk away from this movie saying to themselves, how is that possible?
Funnily enough, I said the same thing when I first watched the film, and you also get challenge mode, where you can put your Hulk skills to the test, like holding out as long as you can against waves of enemies. I got to wave 20 by the way. Smooth. So yeah, there's a bit to do outside the main game. So with all that being said, what are my final thoughts on Hulk? Personally, I think it's an alright superhero game. The combat is strong, with plenty of options on how to smash those goons, and combos to figure out and play around with. The stealth levels with Banner are excellent, and a great shake up to gameplay. Even though the enemy variety is a bit slim, the boss battles make up for that. The game looks fine, if a bit repetitive in the level design department, but the cel shaded design suits the game. And yeah, the story isn't anything we haven't heard before, but it's fine for what it is, if you can get past Eric Banner's snooze of a performance. But in my opinion, this is 100 times better than the film, so I suggest skip the film, play the game instead, and that is a definite recommendation. And it's another one of those games that is cheap as chips too. Under a $5 on eBay, you can't go wrong. But it's up to you. Just don't stress, yeah? And that was my review of Hulk the video game. But what do you guys think? Have you played this game? And what are your thoughts on the 2003 film? And do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Comment down below and let me know, because I would really like to know. And that's about everything for today, my friends, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, make sure you like, share and subscribe. I've just passed 300 subs, and I just want to say a massive thank you to those who have subscribed to me. Seriously, I am so grateful. And now I'm on my way to 400. Anyway, hit that bell for notifications, hit that hype button, and follow me on Facebook, X, and Instagram. I've been Titch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.